Good morning to all. Let's begin with the topic trigonometric functions. We have studied trigonometric ratios for acute angles as the ratio on sides of a right angle triangle. Okay, we will now extend the definition of trigonometric ratios to any angle in terms of radian measure and study them as trigonometric function. Okay. For this, let us consider a unit circle. Listen, this is a unit circle. Unit circle means a circle of radius 1 unit. Okay, a circle of radius 1 unit. So this is a unit circle with a center at this origin. At this origin 0, 0. Okay, and P with the coordinate xy. P is any point on the circle with angle. Listen, this is the point. Let us take this is A and this is O. This is P. So with angle x, and this angle is measured in anti-clockwise direction. Angles measured in anti-clockwise directions are always positive, and angles measured in clockwise direction, in this direction, okay, clockwise direction is always negative. Now we can consider this angle AOP in radian measure, so that the angle is x radian. X radian means this angle occupies in the arc AP. Okay, the arc AP. So whatever the angle in radian measure is same as the length of the arc. So here the angle measurement is in radian, that is our x radian. Therefore, length of this arc AP is x. Is clear? Now, let us consider, we can change this point as AB, because we already consider the angle in terms of x. Okay. So A means x coordinate and B is y coordinate. So from here to here, what is the length? Length is x coordinate, x value, that is A, and this perpendicular distance is same as y value, that is B. Okay. So this is A and this is B. Now this is a right angle triangle. Let's see what is sine ratio and cos ratio. What is sine ratio? Sine x equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. So here hypotenuse our radius. It is a unit circle. Therefore radius equal to 1. So sine x becomes opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side is B. Hypotenuse is 1. B by 1 equal to B. So sin x equal to B. Now what is cos x? Cos x ratio is adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is the side adjacent to this angle? It is A. So adjacent side is A and hypotenuse is 1. So A by 1 equal to A. That is cos x equal to A. So here we are going to change this coordinate as A is cos x and B is sin x. Okay. So coordinates of P becomes cos x sin x. Now this is a right angle triangle. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem. A is base, B is altitude and 1 is hypotenuse. So base square plus altitude square equal to hypotenuse square, that is A square plus B square equal to 1. What is A? Cos x. So A square is cos square x plus what is B? B is sin x. So B square is sin square x equal to 1, or sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1. So this identity, this is one of the trigonometry identity that we learned in class 10. Do you remember? Okay. So one of the identity, by heart this sin square x plus cos square x. Consider the same unit circle. See, A, B, C, D are 4 points on this circle, and OA distance is 1 because OA is radius. Because of unit circle, length of OA equal to 1. Therefore, coordinate of A is 1, 0. Similarly, coordinate of B is 0, 1. Coordinate of C. What's the coordinate of C? There is no negative value and it belongs to negative x-axis. Therefore, negative 1, 0. And coordinate of D is 0, negative 1. So, these are the 4 coordinates of A, B, C, D respectively. Now, listen. This is the x-axis and y-axis. Both the axes divide the plane into 4 parts, namely quadrants. Now, in this circle, these lines x-axis and y-axis divide into 4 angles, 4 parts of angles, namely quadrantal angles. Okay, quadrantal angles. Quadrantal angles means angles which are integral multiples of pi by 2. Let us take the first quadrant. So here we can measure the angle. What is the angle measurement here? 90. So in radian measure it is pi by 2. Now this becomes pi by 2. This quadrant also pi by 2 and this quadrant also pi by 2. Okay. So all these quadrants are what? Angle of pi by 2. Angle AOB pi by 2. So what is angle AOC? Pi by 2 plus pi by 2 pi. What is angle AOC? I mean AOD? Pi by 2 plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. 3 pi by 2. 270 degree. Okay. Now what is angle A? Listen, starts with A and ends at A. One complete revolution, that is 360 degree. Pi by 2 plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. 4 pi by 2, that is 2 pi. That means 360 degree. Anyway, we can consider all the angles in anti-clockwise direction and all these angles are integral multiples of pi by 2. Okay, this is 1 into pi by 2. This is 2 into pi by 2 and this is 3 into pi by 2 and this one is 4 into pi by 2. Let's see how to connect these angles with our coordinates. Let's start with the point A. Here we take any point on this circle with the coordinates cos x, sin x. First coordinate is cos x and second coordinate is sin x. At this point A, cos x equal to 1 and sin x equal to 0. Okay, let's see. At a point, our point is A with the coordinate 0, 1. In this point, cos x equal to 0 and sin x equal to 1. Now think, for what value of x, cos x becomes 0. Okay, cos, what is cos pi by 2? What is cos pi by 2? Cos pi by 2 is 0. Sin pi by 2 is 1. Isn't it? Okay. Now at the point B with the coordinates it is it is 1, 0. Actually it is B. We can rewrite here B. It is 0, 1. What is A? A with the coordinate 1, 0. So here cos x is 1 and sin x is 0. So cos x is 1 means cos 0. Cos 0 is 1 and sin 0 is 0. Now at the point C. C is a point with the coordinate negative 1, 0. That is cos x is negative 1, sin x is 0. Do you know for what value of x cos becomes negative 1? Let's see this unit circle. Let us take the angle. So minus 1, 0 belongs to the second quadrantal angle and therefore angle becomes 90 plus 90, that is 180. So here cos 180 is minus 1 and sin 180 is 0. Okay, we can consider pi radian is cos pi equal to minus 1 and sin pi equal to 0. Now the last point D with the coordinate 0, minus 1 and this D point belongs to our third quadrantal angle, that is pi plus pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, and therefore cos 3 pi by 2 equal to 0 and sin 3 pi by 2 equal to minus 1. So in this manner we can form all the angles with respect to these angles. So let us consider these values. What is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. Sin 0 is 0. Let's start with here. Cos 0 1, sin 0 0 at the point 1 0. Now move to B. Cos pi by 2 is 0, sin pi by 2 is 1. Then here cos pi equal to minus 1, sin pi equal to 0. Then D. Cos 3 pi by 2 equal to 0, sin 3 pi by 2 equal to minus 1. So here we started with here and ending into here itself. So if we start with this point making an angle pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, what will come? Sin 2 pi and cos 2 pi. So this is the same angle. Cos 2 pi is 1 and sin 2 pi is 0 because our point is 1 0 itself. I hope it's clear to you. So listen, in this unit circle, let us start with this point A. So in this point A, there is no angle formed. Therefore, 0 angle, cos 0 and sin 0. Cos 0 is 1 and sin 0 is 0. Now, in this angle, in this point, the angle is pi by 2, 90 degree. Therefore, cos pi by 2 is 0, sin pi by 2 is 1. Now, in this point C, it makes two parts, 2 into pi by 2. That makes an angle pi. So, cos pi equal to minus 1, sin pi equal to 0. And here, 270 degree, 3 pi by 2. Cos 3 pi by 2 equal to 0, sin 3 pi by 2 equal to minus 1. Again move to here. So one complete revolution at 360 degree or 2 pi, and therefore cos 2 pi equal to 1, sin 2 pi equal to 0. If we makes one more rotation, you can see the same angles will be repeated. Okay. So using this result, we can see or we can generalize an equation. Let's start with here. What is cos pi by 2? Cos pi by 2 is 0. What is cos 3 pi by 2? Cos 3 by 2 is also 0. Now you can extend this. You can see that cos 5 pi by 2 equal to 0. Cos 7 pi by 2 equal to 0. Cos 9 pi by 2 equal to 0 and so on. So here 1 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 9 pi by 2. What is this? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. All these are odd numbers or odd integers, isn't it? So for all odd multiples of pi by 2, listen, odd multiples of pi by 2, cos ratio becomes 0. So this is the one of the result. For all odd multiples of pi by 2, cos ratio equal to 0. So okay. Let's see this value. What is sin 0? Sin 0 is 0. What is sin pi? Sin pi equal to 0. Let's see here. What is sin 2 pi? Sin 2 pi equal to 0. So sin 0, sin 1 into pi, sin 2 into pi. You can see sin 3 pi, sin 4 pi, sin 5 pi, etc. For all values of integers. Okay, for all values of integers or for any values of integers, we can see that sin ratio equal to 0. So we have two results. Let's see the results. Sin n pi equal to 0 and cos 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 equal to 0, where n is any integer. If we put n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, etc., for all integers, sign becomes 0. Sin n pi equal to 0. Now 2n plus 1 is the form of odd numbers. Okay, so cos ratio becomes 0 only when odd multiples of pi by 2. If we put n equal to 0, this becomes 1 pi by 2. If we put n equal to 1 here, this becomes 3 pi by 2. If n equal to 3, it becomes 7 pi by 2. So for all odd multiples of pi by 2, cos ratio becomes 0. You have to by heart both the result. Sin n pi equal to 0 and cos 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 equal to 0. Okay.